Yes, welcome everyone. I'm just really thrilled that you're all here. Like many people, I've long been disturbed by everything I've seen and heard about the way our justice system treats women and children in this country. So I was greatly heartened to read in the Times last year about HourChildren and Sister Tessa, their founder, and the amazing work they're doing in this arena. I had the opportunity to go visit their home base in Queens a couple of months ago and was just blown away by how comprehensive their programs and services and how effectively they're addressing what is really a very complex problem. So to tell us lots more about this is Joanna Flores, who is in charge of job training and placement at HourChildren. Welcome, Joanna.
So I would like to thank Elizabeth and Beth for putting this wonderful event together. And I would like to thank all of you for coming today on a Sunday to learn more about HourChildren. On behalf of Sister Tessa Fitzgerald, our Executive Director, we thank you. Welcome. My name is Joanna Flores, and I run the job placement program at HourChildren. I'm also a client. I did 4 years in prison, and I've been with HourChildren for almost 12 years. Our mission is to help incarcerated and formerly incarcerated women and their children successfully rejoin the community, reunify with their family, and successfully reunify with their family and have a healthy I'm very nervous. Great. HourChildren was named to acknowledge the important hours that shape the life of a child with an incarcerated mother. The hour of the mother's arrest, the hour of their visit, and the hour of her release. HourChildren is unique. The delivery of services we provide to women on both sides of the wall is unmatched. When women leave prison, they face a mountain of challenges beyond the prison record and the associated social stigma. They generally have few job skills, little education, and few, if any, financial resources. The programs we offer to support our women to successfully rejoin back into society, starting with housing. As we all know, that's the #1 need for the women to be able to be stable. We have a beautiful licensed daycare, an after-school club, a daycare, a food pantry. We have a mentoring program for both children and women. We currently have 3 thrift shops. We provide case management and therapy to both children and women. And last but not least, the job training program. Within few months, and the beauty is that we get to see their transformation. And I would like to conclude this by saying that at HourChildren, love makes the difference. I would like to turn it over to someone that I really admire. She had her baby in Rikers Island, came to HourChildren, and she reunited with her lovely daughter, Brittany. She completed the job training program, obtained her GED, started college, and she was promoted. She has a beautiful apartment, and she runs the mentoring and the teen program at HourChildren. Please, let's welcome Kellie Phelan.
don't want to get emotional, and I probably will, but in 2000, so I was a teen mom. I had my daughter, who's now 23 years old, when I was 17, and I dropped out of high school. I did everything I shouldn't have done, but I knew when I had my baby that she was going to be a productive woman one day. So I definitely committed to Brittany's future. By the time Brittany was 10, I got into an accident and I broke my kneecap. And for the first time I was home from work, and I had no idea that drugs can completely, taking prescription pills can completely turn into a habit. And without knowing, I started taking 1 pill, 2 pills, 4 pills, 90 pills. 90 pills turned into heroin, which escalated. By the time Brittany was 12 years old, she was 10 at that time when I got in the accident. By the time she was 12, I knew I would either drag her down a road of destruction or I would give her up. So I called up my sister and my brother-in-law and I asked them if Britt can stay with them. And of course they said yes. And on New Year's Eve, on her she was 12 years old, I brought her to my sister's house and I told her I'd be back. So I'll be back in a couple of months. I just need some time to get my life together. And she was like, all right, Mom, I'll see you in a little while. That 2 months turned into 5 years. And 5 years later, within that 5 years, I literally did everything I said I would never do. That'll never be me. I'm better than that. Look at her. Look at that person on the street. None of that, that would never be me. That became me. And I did everything. So from pills escalated to heroin, which has escalated to crack cocaine. Just things that I don't even want to think about. But about 5 years later, I got pregnant by a drug dealer. I was 7 months pregnant. I was still running the streets. And I pretty much one day said, you know what? Whatever's meant to be is going to be. I put it in God's hands. And I called up Warrant Squad. I had a warrant for my arrest. I called them up. I said, look, leave me alone. I'll see you in court on Monday. They said, all right, Kel, be there on Monday. I said, I will. I got locked up that Monday, and I was sentenced to 90 days on Rikers Island. Little did I know that that would be the best thing that ever happened to me. My daughter, Brittany, I hadn't spoken to in 5 years. She said to me, when you sign yourself in a drug program, call me. Till then, I want nothing to do with you. And she stood her ground. And I was proud of her. She could stand up to me. She could stand up to anybody. So I said, okay. I now was pregnant. Nobody in my family knew. I was sentenced to 90 days on Rikers Island. I met a mom from HourChildren. And she spoke about this organization with love. And she spoke about Sister Tisa. And she spoke about how amazing she was. And the staff and, the women there. And I was like, maybe. But I was due to have my baby after I was released. And then, like I said, I put it in God's hands. And he decided that that wasn't going to happen. I had my baby while I was incarcerated on Rikers. That advocate, which was Elaine Lord, who was a former superintendent of Bedford Hills, who had came to see me with the mom of HourChildren, came to the nursery and she said, oh, Sister Tisa got a room for you. I was like, oh my God, I'll never see you again. Okay, she was like, we'll be here next week. And sure enough, a week later, there they were to pick me up. But when I got to the hospital to pick up my baby, who I named Savannah Grace, she's my saving grace, the nurse there said to me, your daughter called. I said, my daughter called? I haven't spoken to this kid in 5 years. She didn't know I was pregnant. She had some sick feeling that something was wrong, and she tracked me down. She found that I had a baby. And when I got to Rikers Island with my baby, I called her up. The first time I spoke to her in years, she said, Mom, if you go to a program, I'll be there. If not, on nothing, we're going to get custody of this baby. I said, I'm going to some place called HourChildren. Google them. And she did. And sure enough, a week later, I was released, and she came to see me. And I knew, when I walked through the doors of HourChildren, that this was where I was meant to be. I just knew. That mom that I seen, she was there, and she hugged me. And I was just content on changing my life. And I started interning through the Working Women's Program. I looked at Joanna, I remember, and I say this to Joanna many years. I remember looking at her like, if Joanna can do it, so can I. And I had so much respect. She could go to school and work and, do all of that. And I did. And I was hired on staff, and I started running the Children's Mentoring Program. Today, 7 years later, my baby's now going to be 8. My daughter's 23. She's a court reporter. We have an amazing relationship. And, I was focused. And if I can give to one mom what Tina gave to me, and I could be someone that looks up to, like Joanna was to me, then it's all worth it. But it all started with HourChildren and the programs there. And every time I go into the facility, I can tell a mom exactly that. Like, if you want it, it's here. We're here. I know. I've been there. I was you. Look at me now. And then I can come back and be like, she's going to get it, Joe. Like, let's work with her. And we work together. And that's how we do the work we do. Thank you.
I have goosebumps right now. So we're going to start the musical portion of our evening now. Our first artist